guys, welcome back to my channel. It is a new year, it's January, and I am so excited for this new coming year. As you read by the title, this is going to be like a 2023 reset and kind of like a guide to set yourself up for a really good year. Honestly, I have a lot of reflecting to do from 2022 because 2022 was not my year. I keep seeing people saying that like 2022 was the best year for them ever and just like so many good things happened to them, and that was just not the case for me. So I really want to like have like a good foundation and a good mindset for the new coming year, and I'm going to show you guys everything that I do in this video to do that. So the first thing I want to start out with is actually my room. So I'm in my room right now, and I really just want to have like a nice clean environment to be doing all this stuff today. There's actually been a lot of stuff that I've been wanting to change. I think I'm going to go ahead and deep clean my room and kind of get rid of like the posters that I have in the back, because literally a bunch of them are falling off and I meant to put them back up, but it just never happened. So I think it's really needed to do like a little room refresh. So I'm gonna get my cleaning supplies and I'm about to deep clean. So this is how the room's looking. It's honestly not that bad. I have a new vision for that, so I think all of this has got to go. I'm kind of tired of like this stuff here, so I'm gonna get rid of the purses. I think I also might take down those photos. I don't know exactly what I want to like put up, but I'm going for more of like a minimalist style. I'm just kind of over like the decorations I have now. It's just time to like refresh everything, but I definitely need to organize like this area because it is so like disorganized. There's so much different things in every one of these drawers that it just needs to be like deep cleaned, and I need to like throw a lot of things away and just clean all this up. Finished deep cleaning. I didn't have to do too much just because I just decluttered like not too long ago, but it feels so much nicer in here. Now the next thing I want to do is kind of fix this area. So I ordered 2 new posters to put in their like bigger sizes, and I'm really just like over this area. I want to redecorate it, put different posters. I'm thinking about taking all of like the green stuff away just because I don't really like it that much anymore. So I'm not even gonna lie, I'm kind of nervous that's gonna look very plain in here, but I just like want a clean slate for 2023, and I can always like add more decorations on later. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna take this all apart. Hopefully it doesn't look bad, but these posters are definitely gonna add more color to the wall. I'm gonna open it and show you guys what posters I got. I ordered these posters from Society 6. I have not even opened them yet because I've been saving them for this video, but I ordered them not too long ago and I got 2 of them, and they're both aura posters. I think they look so cute, and I'm hoping that this alone will bring some positive vibes into my bedroom. I'm so excited. I've been wanting to have aura posters for so long with the angel numbers. Oh my gosh, are you kidding? They look so cute. So I got 2 angel number aura posters. So one's blue and it has pink, and it is angel number 111 for intuition, and she is gorge. And then this one is pink and the angel number is 888 for balance. I think they look so cute. Literally, I've been waiting so long to get these kind of posters, but I'm just gonna start with hanging them on the wall and see like the placement that I want them to have first. Guys, for some reason I'm like getting sad doing this. I kind of don't want to take it down, but like I feel like I need to. I don't know why I'm like hesitating, but I've been wanting to like switch up my room for so long that this just needs to be done. I hope I'm doing the right thing because I'm starting to doubt myself. I took down all the pictures, posters, and all the vines. Yeah, I don't know what I expected. It looks really plain. I just put up the posters and I decided that I'm going to go with a black frame around them. I will definitely get those eventually, but for now it's just going to look like this. I'm honestly kind of confused on what to do because this looks like very plain. I don't know what I was expecting. I literally took everything off, but I'm gonna put frames around those posters. I really like them there. And I put all of my old decorations right here. I'm not like getting rid of them or anything. I'm gonna take a couple days to just like get used to this and see whether I want to like put more posters back up and everything. I know it kind of looks bad now, but I kind of just want to give my room like a clean slate and just like add new stuff as I go and just start the year new, and that's definitely what I have now. So even though it looks really plain now, I'm definitely gonna make it better, but for now this is what I'm gonna leave my room as. So the next thing I want to do is reflect on the year of 2022. I was looking at some of my goals from last year's video, from like my 2022 reset, and I was talking to you guys about some of the goals I had, and let me just tell you, I did not stick with like most of the ones that I wanted to reach. So I split it up into academic, self goals, and like social media, like YouTube goals. I did not accomplish like half of the things I wanted to accomplish. I feel like I was just kind of stuck in life like during the year of 2022. Like I switched out of my nursing program, which is like where a lot of my goals were aiming towards, and then I was not consistent on YouTube as I should have. I wanted to reach 50k subscribers and I'm still at around I think like 37, and that is also because I wasn't consistently uploading. And other goals like working out 4 times a week, I didn't accomplish like throughout the year. So I don't know what was my issue. I just feel like I had like a midlife crisis last year, which is why I kind of like didn't really accomplish basically anything I wanted to. I'm trying to do everything I possibly can to not have this year the same as last year. Like reflecting from last year is making me like so sad and disappointed in myself, but I'm trying to remember that last year a bunch of different factors happened that I never predicted or saw myself like happening, which is why I think I kind of got lost in like what I really wanted for myself and like what I actually wanted to work towards. So I have like a little notebook right here. It's from my Lola. It says, "With God, all things are possible." And I just thought this would be perfect to write in for like my goals and my life reflection. I'm gonna write a little reflection in this notebook about what didn't go so well last year, what I wanted to happen, and what I could have like improved on to make myself reach the goals that I set at the beginning of the year. So I just took a little bit of time to reflect on 2022. I wrote 2 little lists and then 2 little paragraphs. And this is like kind of some personal stuff. So I'm going to talk a little bit about like the generics and like the general stuff that I've shared before. So I wrote 2 lists. One is like accomplishments / like what went right. And then the second part is what went wrong and what did I not like. So looking back at my 2022 goals, I said that I wanted to study every day and get like good grades in nursing school. And an accomplishment is that I passed my first semester of nursing school. So I did accomplish that goal technically, but I didn't stay in the program. Another accomplishment is that I got straight A's this past school semester in mass communications, which is like my new major. So those 2 were kind of like my academic goals. And some other stuff that I wrote that went right is that I turned 21 last year. I had my 21st birthday in the Bahamas, like on a cruise, and it was another year of life, which is always a blessing. So I wrote that down, and then also wrote that I grew to 37,000 subscribers. So those were a couple things that I liked throughout the year. I feel like it's pretty short compared to my list of what went wrong and like what things did I not like. I'm just gonna share a couple things. The main things that I took away from 2022 was my stress and mental health. I was so stressed at the beginning of this year because I was in nursing school, and that took me to an all different level of stress and anxiety that I've never experienced. I I was literally having mental breakdowns every day, like calling my sister, calling my mom, crying, calling my dad, crying. Like literally everyone knew I would be stressed. And even after I finished that first semester of nursing school, I was still stressed because I was stressed with the decision of whether I wanted to stay in the program or leave and major in something else that might have been better for me. And I'm just like such an indecisive person in general that like I was going back and forth all summer, and then I literally just couldn't take anymore. I just decided to switch out of nursing. And so far that decision has been really good for me mentally because I have not experienced the same stress and anxiety from that semester. And then I also wrote that I didn't really stick to my health goals. Like, I think I said that I wanted to work out 4 times a week. And again, I wasn't consistent with working out. I would work out like a couple times a week and then stay on like my little grind. And then I would stop, like immediately just stop out of nowhere and then pick it back up like 2 weeks later. And like, I just did not see any growth in like my muscles because that's like not how you can properly train your body to like grow your muscles. And then I also had a lot of problems with my gut health. I had so many different issues. It was actually insane. So those were little things for my lists. And then I wrote 2 reflection paragraphs. So the first half is what I felt like didn't go right and like what happened to make me feel so like upset and everything. And this paragraph is pretty negative. So the second half I wrote like about the good things from 2022. The main thing that I wrote in the first half was I felt like there was no growth in me in 2022. Like I just feel like it was very, like it was stunted. Like it was just flatlined the whole time. And I also wrote about how I had lost my vision in my career path because originally I was like studying all this time to get into nursing and to be a nurse, and I just switched out of it out the blue in the summertime. And so I kind of lost myself in the aspect of a career in my future. But then I tried writing a bunch of positive stuff to not really make 22 such like a negative year, even though I didn't really feel like I experienced like the most positive things. I wrote that again, I turned 21. I'm grateful to have another year of life. I got to travel to the Bahamas with my family for my birthday, and then the fact that I had 37,000 subscribers, which that number is still growth compared to the beginning of the year. It might not have been the exact number that I wanted, but it is a bunch of new people coming to my channel. And I also wrote about how I chose a different direction for my career path, which was really scary, but I've been happier in school compared to how I was before. And then lastly, I like touch base on like how I've been having healthy relationships with all of the people in my life. So if you feel like 2022 was not your year and it didn't go how you planned, like how it was for me, I really recommend just reflecting and writing this all out and to not dwell on like all the negative stuff that may have happened in that year, and to like also just look at the brighter side of things, like how I tried turning some of my negative stuff into positives and just like looking at it from a different viewpoint, because I do have so much in my life to be grateful for. I don't want to like seem like my life was just terrible, which it wasn't. So I don't want to like take anything for granted, if that makes sense. So this was kind of nice. I've never really written a reflection for the past year, so if you've never done it, I think you should try it out. Now that this is done, I'm gonna go ahead and start writing a list of goals, because writing out and seeing it is gonna motivate me to actually do it, and I'll also like clear up my mind, because I feel like I just have like so many things that I want to do for this coming year, and I just like need to write it in a compiled list. I just filled my journal with so many goals that I have for 2023. So like last year, I did self goals, YouTube goals, health goals, and academic goals, and I broke them up. I'm not going to share all of them because this is like pretty personal this year. For self goals, I have things like to be more positive and more confident. On YouTube, I want to grow my channel more. I want to have more brand deals. I want to build more relationships with brands and with my subscribers. For health goals, I want to be more toned, and I want to try out Pilates. I want to lift at least 3 to 4 days a week. I want to be intuitive eating, so like eating 80% like healthy and nutritious, and then 20% of like what my body craves. And then most importantly, I want to improve my gut health because I've been having so many issues with my stomach this year. And then for academic, I want to keep my high GPA. I want to have an internship. I want to graduate and find a really good job. So those are just some of my 2023 goals. I think it's really important to write down your goals and to kind of think about what you want to accomplish throughout the year, and reminds you of what you need to be doing to accomplish everything that you want. And on the next page, I wrote some manifestations. happen. Personally, I feel like manifestation is so important. In order for it to work, you have to fully believe in yourself and actually also put in the work to get where you want. And I think for me, 2022, I just lacked so much confidence that the manifestation wasn't really working for me and not like believing in myself enough for things to happen. So this year, I'm definitely going to change that. So one way to manifest is to write like a letter to the universe, and basically you're just putting out positive affirmations and gratitude and writing about the ideal life that you want as if you already have it. So I wrote the date of when I wrote this, and I wrote it as if I'm writing the universe. So I started off with Dear Universe. And then I wrote a couple of things that I'm grateful for in this life. So you're basically just expressing your gratitude, and I wrote about like 4 to 5 different things. So for example, I wrote, Dear Universe, thank you for my loving and supportive family. The second part of my letter, I wrote a bunch of manifestation where I'm actually writing stuff as if it actually happened. Start out again by thanking the universe. I said, I'm so thankful for this life, universe. And I then start to say things as if it is happening in this moment. Like, I have attracted and accomplished all of my desires. I love my career and I love living in the city. So that's what I really want to happen. So I am saying it as if it has already happened and it's happening now. I feel like I'm being very vague, but like this part's just a bit more personal. This has like made me feel so good, like envisioning what you want to happen in your life and knowing that you're going to put in the work to get to that point. And you're just basically releasing a bunch of positive energy. And I don't know, I've never really manifested this much before. So I definitely want to get more into believing myself and like putting it out there, because the biggest thing to manifestation is to believe that it will happen and that everything you want is what you will get. Last year I feel like I just lacked so much confidence and like writing down stuff that I'm like, I'm just gonna write this down, but I don't think it'll happen, and that is like not a good way to manifest. So I truly believe that 2023 will be my year, and I'm going to attract a lot of things that I have asked for and that I am working towards. And that was my little journaling for right now. So the next thing I want to do is make my 2023 vision board. So I have my iPad here, and I'm going to make it on here this year. I'm going to make one for my phone and for my MacBook, and the app I always use is Fonto. If you guys want like an in-depth tutorial, I have one in my last 2022 reset video. I have it like linked above, but it's really easy. I really like using Fonto because it's super simple. But first I need to go on Pinterest and look for all of the pictures that I want to use. And if you don't know what a vision board is, it is basically a collage of pictures that represent what you want in your life, and kind of helps you get motivation and visualize your goals for the year. So I'm gonna go through Pinterest and pick out a bunch of different photos that I want to use for my vision board, and then afterwards I'm gonna go onto Fonto and then make my cute little collage. So I finally finished both of my vision boards. I did one for my phone and one for like my MacBook, but I did it on my iPad. I'll start off with this one. This is how this vision board looks. I put a bunch of different pictures that kind of replicate how I want this year to go. So I have someone in like a little graduation cap because I'm graduating this year. A lot of pictures of the city because I really want to live in New York City. I'm not really sure if that would happen for this year, but I would love for it to, especially like maybe an internship or something. I have some pictures of like cameras for YouTube because I want to be more consistent. I have someone in like an office because now I envision myself as like working a career in like headquarters for a company as part of their advertising or marketing or public relations team. And then I also have like little quotes on here. So this one says, I'm creating the life of my dreams. This one says, mindset is everything. Then in the top corner I put a little affirmation. So this says, I don't chase, I attract. So I'm really happy with how this came out. It is now my MacBook wallpaper. It doesn't fit exactly, like some of this got cut off, but I think it's still really cute. Then for my phone one, I'm gonna put a little screen recording here because that was so hard to try and show you guys on my iPad. But this is how my other vision board looks. It's like the same thing as my MacBook, just like a different variation of pictures. I wanted them to be really similar. So on this one, I set it as my lock screen. I put the year of 2023 and I made it kind of see-through so that it's like not too harsh. And then I just put a bunch of the same pictures. So like the graduation cap, someone working in an office, some workout pictures, little saying that says I always get good grades, pictures of a city, the same affirmation of I don't chase, I attract, and then the same little saying of I'm creating the life of my dreams. And this one actually has all the same pictures as the other one, I think, except the one on my MacBook has more space, so I added more pictures on that one. But I'm really happy with how both of these turned out. I think they're both really cute and they like depict what I am looking for this year. And I set these on my lock screen as like a little reminder so I can see it every day and just have these vision boards keep motivating me. So next I'm going to be talking about some healthy habits that you can include in your daily life to become your healthiest, most productive, and happiest self. So this first tip I have is literally so simple. It's just making your bed in the morning. I feel like whenever I come home to a made up bed and a clean room, it makes me feel a lot more productive, and I'm also like less likely to go back into bed if it's already made. So this is just a really simple tip to do in your everyday life. The next tip I have is to journal. So I've really been getting more into journaling and I love it. For me, I think it's really good to just journal right when you wake up. It really sets the tone for the day. And I've noticed that whenever I do that, I feel a lot more grateful and happy. And these are just a few of my favorite journals to write in. I've definitely showed these in some of my videos before, but the first one is the 5-minute journal. I really love this journal, especially for beginners, because in the beginning of the book, it gives you a bunch of information about daily affirmations and why journaling is so important. And then it's also used to journal in the morning, and then also has a section to journal at nighttime, which I think is literally perfect. And then this next journal was gifted to me by my Lola. I love it. It's where I write all of my daily affirmations, manifestation, my goals, and just a lot of other personal entries. And then this last journal is a cute little self-care journal that I got from Target, and it basically has a bunch of different self-care ideas that you can do in your daily life to do stuff that make you feel good, and has a little passage for you to write about the things that you did to take care of yourself. The next step I think is really important for everyone to take part of, and that is just to read for like 30 minutes to an hour or any amount of time that you want throughout the day. I think it's so good for your mind, and also just to take a break from your phone, because I know I am definitely on my phone way too much, and whenever I read a book, it really takes time out of my day away from my phone. And not only is reading good for your own entertainment, but it can really help you manage stress and overall manage your well-being. So these are just 2 books that I have at the moment. These were also given to me by my Lola, but the first one is How to Have Confidence and Power in Dealing with People. I've already started reading this, and I think it honestly helps with my social anxiety. It also puts a bunch of different things in perspective in a social aspect. And then this next one is The Complete Guide to the Bible. This next habit and tip is to drink bone broth. I have been experiencing so many different gut health issues, so I really wanted to share it with you guys that also experience the same problems. So recently I've been drinking bone broth about once a day, and I've noticed so many good benefits to my body. I've been using the Dr. Kellyanne bone broth, and they're actually today's sponsor. So thank you so much to Dr. Kellyanne. If you guys aren't familiar with the benefits of bone broth, it's a natural way to incorporate collagen, amino acids, and protein, clean protein, into your diet, and can also have benefits to your gut health and digestion. This bone broth has 16 grams of protein, and for me, I've been really trying to have more protein into my diet, so this has been perfect for me to drink in the morning. This bone broth is also keto-friendly, gluten-free, dairy-free, non-GMO, and it also is made with collagen from grass-fed bones, which is really good. I've mentioned in a couple videos about my gut health and how recently I felt like it has just not been doing good, and from drinking bone broth, I've already seen some improvements. Really quickly, I do want to mention a little disclaimer. I am just talking about my experience with drinking bone broth. Everyone's body is different, so what works for me may not work for you, so just keep that in mind. This is just how I've been drinking it, but I've been drinking this like every morning, and if not in the morning, at least once a day. And honestly, I really love like savory things, so I have no problem like making this into a soup style and just drinking it in a mug. I'm going to show you exactly how I make it in the morning and how I've been drinking it, and then I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit more about what I've been experiencing. And this one is the homestyle flavor. They come in little packets. Really convenient if you're on the go or if you're just busy all the time. You can just pour this into hot water, or you can incorporate it into other recipes, and it's just like very versatile. So I usually start out by pouring water into a cup. These packets need about anywhere from 8 to 12 ounces of water. You could also boil your water, but I just microwave my water for about 2 minutes. And then this is the seasoning I use. So I use salt, pepper, thyme, garlic powder, and onion powder sometimes. And I'm just taking out the packet and pouring it into my hot water, and then stirring it till it's completely combined. And then after it's completely mixed, I'll go ahead and add all of the seasoning that I chose. So I just pretty much eyeball all the salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and thyme. And this is really customizable, so you can add whatever seasoning you think would taste good. And that's how I make my bone broth. I think it tastes so good and it's super simple and quick to make. So I just made my little cup of bone broth and I'm telling you guys, it literally tastes like soup. It tastes so good. I've always like been one to like broth more than like the actual like noodles and stuff in the soup. So that's probably why I like this so much. But you can literally personalize this and add anything that you want here. You can add like different spices than I did. You can make it spicy. I've tried it spicy, like I added gochugaru, like the Korean red pepper flakes, and it was so good. It's really up to you with how you want it to taste. But I think it tastes so good like this. So I'm just going to talk to you guys about the bone broth and how it's been helping me. This is just my experience and how the bone broth has been working with my body. Like I said before, I have really been wanting to heal my gut health. It's been a really big thing for me because it's something that I have to like live with every day. Straight from drinking this, I've already been seeing some improvements in my body. The biggest thing that I have noticed with drinking bone broth once a day is the improvement in my digestive system. Like I literally noticed this right away. I always had like digestive and like stomach problems, so I've noticed that this has helped a lot already. I also get bloated very easily. I really think the combination of drinking this and also having less processed carbs have helped my gut health. And I also try switching this out with my morning coffee so far because I know a lot of people say that drinking coffee on an empty stomach is not best for your gut. I would wake up every morning and just drink coffee on an empty stomach, but I've been trying to replace that with this and I really love it. And it's also pretty filling, surprisingly, just for broth. And like I said earlier, I really love that it has 16 grams of protein because I am trying to build muscle, and like if you drink this and then have this with like protein oatmeal or like protein pancakes, you're getting a lot of protein in your system. So I just altogether feel very good when I drink this, and it's just comforting to drink because it feels like you're really just drinking soup. One of my goals is to really try and heal my gut health, and I really think that drinking this bone broth will definitely help. So drinking this is helping me reach my goal. This is definitely only the beginning of my gut healing journey. And if you guys are interested about learning more about this bone broth, she also has a book that really goes into depth and details about the bone broth diet, and she has a little bone broth lifestyle guide. It has a lot more information about bone broth, and then it also has a variety of different things that you can add into your bone broth to customize it to your liking. And the last tip that I have for you guys is to always make time for yourself and for some self-care. For me, it always usually consists of putting oil treatments on my hair for wash day, doing my usual skincare rituals that always make me feel good, and just basically taking a night or a day of doing little things that make you happy, because in the end this will definitely make you feel so much better physically and mentally, and is also a way to reduce burnout. So it's always important to make sure you're taking care of yourself.